develop out of appreciation for specific attributes, characteristics, experiences, and relationships. To think that the supreme absolute truth does not have certain attributes or characteristics would mean that he has less than the variegatedness in his creation. The Supreme Lord must have everything within creation and many more sublime and eternal qualities as well. The Lord cannot lack in any way. If the supreme truth is impersonal, then how can personality and variegatedness exist in this realm? The Lord must include all that exists and much more. And I just thought that was so nice, because I was thinking, like we're talking about how great Krishna is and things like that. And I know he's got all those qualities that we talk about, but I was thinking about, like everybody we know and all the wonderful sort of things that specific people have, that we're attracted to, or different qualities that your friends have, the people that you love the most, all those qualities, and how they all come. Like Krishna's got all of them, like Gushan's like really funny, or you're really good at passing on knowledge, but then Krishna's got everything, everything that we might think, oh, that's such a nice quality in somebody else, that he's got them all. And I just thought that was really awesome, because we'd been talking about, how great Krishna is, and then how it was sort of inconceivable to think about him in the spiritual world creating everything. And I just sort of a little bit more of a wake-up call to how wonderful he is, just to think that all these qualities come from him. And I don't know, I just really liked the verse.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Even though Krishna is so great and powerful, and yet he's on the other side, he's still so personal.
Yeah.
Often, someone's a big person, but then they don't do so well with their, little relationships. But Krishna's not like that, even though he is so mighty and great, and yet he's still so personal, even with the tiny soul. He's so loving and compassionate and everything, so personal. So yeah, he's so loving to his devotees. It said of all of Krishna's qualities, the best one is that he's so affectionate to his devotees, called Bhakta Vatsala. Bhakta Vatsala. He's so affectionate to the devotees. So yeah, and that's even though Krishna's creating and destroying universes, but he's so affectionate, little significant. Sweet.
And, yeah.
And then
they mention that verse. It's Bhagavad Gita 10.41, where it says, "Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from a spark of my splendor."
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's mentioned, it says that I am the strength of the strong. I am the intelligence. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. I am the ability in man. I am of woman. I am fine speech and fame and opulence. So yeah, these all different energies are within Krishna. They're all. So it's mentioned here in this report, Bahusham. Bahusham. So Bahu means many. So Bahusham means, although I am one, I shall become many. So Krishna likes expanding himself. Krishna's one, but he expands himself into many. So why does he do that? Krishna is one, but he expands himself into many. So why? Why does Krishna expand himself into, and we're part of that many. We're all part of that many.
He wants to have relationships with us.
Yeah. And we can understand that from understanding ourselves, because we also like to have relationships, isn't it? We like to, parents and children and brothers and sisters and nephews and cousins and friends and of all kind of associates and everything, neighbors and like that, pets. So we also like to surround ourselves with many, isn't it? Krishna Vrindavan, he surrounds himself by cows and peacocks and parrots, and Krishna even has a pet monkey and a pet sheep. Did you know that?
No.
He has a pet monkey and more than one, and pet sheep and birds, pet birds, and he expands himself into so many different living things, like that. And then there'll be beautiful trees and forests with creepers and climbers and flowers and then rivers and mountains and forests and flowers and so many varieties. Krishna enjoys that, just like we do. Would you be happy just to have a meal with just rice, only rice? No, you want dal, and then you want sabji, and then you want roti, and then you want chutney, and then you want samosa, then you want pickle, and then you want foods, and then you want sweet rice, and then you want halava, and like big feast, like that. So actually that's how Prabhupada's secret weapon for attracting people in the early days of the movement was the Sunday love feast. Because they used to have like 15 different things, at least 15 in the meal, 15 different preparations at minimum, sometimes up to 20 or so.
Wow.
Fancy rice with paneer and fried cashew nuts and everything like that called puspan rice, and dal and a wet sabji, a dry sabji, puris, samosas, pakoras, two chutneys, like raita, and then almonds, a couple sweets, and so many things. Big feast. The varieties give so much enjoyment. There's a saying, right? Variety is the spice of life. Variety is the mother of enjoyment. So yeah, Krishna likes variety. Just that's where we get it from. Why do we like variety? Because it comes from God.
Yeah.
Krishna is not happy alone. He's happy with Radharani and then Balaram and then all the coward girls and the coward boys and the cows and so forth, unlimited. So that's why Krishna keeps on expanding. Bahu. Bahu means many. So that one, Sham.
How I know why do I get the stealing mango, that tendency there from Krishna? He was stealing butter. And I steal that mango and the flowers from the neighbor's garden.
But don't imitate Krishna, but that's the thing. We have to learn not to imitate Krishna. Because when Krishna steals, it gives...
Yeah, but I'm helpless. It's just it's not like I'm doing for the purpose or I'm doing to prove something. But if the mango, I can see there are neighbors or someone there, I'll definitely grab it, whether he likes or not.
When Krishna steals, it gives great pleasure and happiness to the devotees. But when Gulshan steals, he ends up in
I just
jail.
put it on the top of the head and I said, Jai Jagannath, and I eat. Nothing wrong with that.
It can have a different result, opposite result, if we try to imitate Krishna.
I'm not imitating, but it's just in me. I don't know. I did not create this, and I did
like if Krishna kills someone, they get liberated. When we kill someone, they might go to hell, and we go to hell too, and we'll go to jail in the meantime until we go to hell. We'll end up in prison. So it has a different result often.
Yeah, but as long as I'm not doing anything against, anything, like I'm not doing, it's not a criminal act or something. Nobody can take me court for that. So as long as I'm not harming anyone, I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not killing anyone, Just to have a sweetest mango and or maybe flowers, just take it to Jagannath. That's it, without the permission. Just take that.
Yeah, but it's even better if you get the permission. Then they get the benefit of consciously giving their their flowers or fruits to Krishna rather than unknowingly. So yeah, if you take it without telling them, it's unknowingly, they'll get some benefit. But if they knowingly do it, then that's even more better.
And then rather than early morning, we just walk in there, remember that? And then knocking on
Yeah.
the door, asking that take the flower or something. He may be sleeping, and when he wake up, he's gonna be not happy with that.
That's from outside their property on the
No, I go inside and take it too.
But that's not good.
I'm not taking it for myself. I'm taking it for Krishna.
Oh, you should respect.
If I knock the door, he's gonna wake up. He's not gonna be definitely not happy, and he will refuse that or don't take it. So I'd rather not knock at the door.
Yeah, okay. Don't do it. Because there's the first verse of Ishopanishad. You can look at that one, the first verse, which says Ishavasya Miram Savan.
As a stealing?
That everything is owned and controlled by the Supreme Person. Hang on. Let me say the verse. Everything is owned and controlled by the Supreme Person of Godhead. And one should not infringe upon the property of others, the quota of others, knowing to whom they belong. As to infringe upon others' quota is sinful. So that's the thing. Krishna has given everyone some allotment of his energy, of his possessions, some amount of food, some amount of property and shelter and everything. So that's their quota given by God. We don't have a right to take other people's quota of what Krishna has given. Like if a father has 10 children, he's going to share his wealth amongst the 10 children. But one of those children shouldn't think, oh, I'll take my brother's stuff and I'll take my sister's stuff. And then the father will be upset. But, like I say, if you ask them, can I have this to, take to my temple, my church or whatever, most people are going to be very happy to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's special benefit. There may be some exceptions. We hear that in South India a long time ago. There was the Alvars. The Alvars, very great devotees in South India. And to finish construction of the walls around the temple of Sri Rangam. Sri Rangam's a huge temple in South India. And it has many of it. And to finish the construction of the walls, they needed more money to do that. They actually took up stealing from the rich people. And that was an exception, though. And and the thing is that these people, they should have voluntarily given to Krishna for Krishna's service, but they didn't obviously do that. So they weren't willing to give to Krishna, so the devotees just took it. But that was a special circumstance. And 100% of that money, whatever they got, they used it for the temple. Prabhupada said he said in terms of the book distributors, he said, this money you're getting from book distribution, if you put 1 cent of that money in your own pocket, you'll get a sinful reaction. So that's the thing, if you're a real pure devotee like that and use 100% for Krishna, then, maybe that's okay to do that. But yeah, if you use anything for your own enjoyment, then you may get a reaction from that. But that was a special circumstance, and they are very advanced devotees, and we can't necessarily imitate what a very advanced devotee does on our level. Like we know, right? Lord Shiva drank an ocean of poison. But, can we do that? Not likely. Because it said that Shiva's followers, they like imitating him by taking toxic substances, intoxicants, because they're famous for smoking marijuana and stuff, ganja. Yeah. Shiva followers love to take the ganja. So they're imitating Lord Shiva because he also took toxic things like the poison of ocean of poison. But, if we took in poison like that, we'll just die. And we'll see, you know, that's what happens, like with Shiva's followers. They'll also end up being killed by their overdoses of intoxicants like that. Yeah, we should follow the instruction is that we should follow the instructions of the great personalities, but we should not try to imitate them. So that's a warning given there. We should follow their instructions, but don't try to imitate their behavior. Some of their behavior is, you know, beyond our ability. They're powerful controllers, so they can do things that we can't do. Obviously, like Krishna lifted a mountain. See, Prabhupada said that, you know, people like to imitate Krishna in the Rasa Leela and dancing with the beautiful girls in the nighttime, but why don't they imitate Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill? Krishna with the woman won't imitate.
People can pick and choose with their own choice.
So that's wrong.
That's wrong. Yeah.
No, that's not good. It's not good.
I won't steal my neighbour's flowers anymore then. I'll go and ask him.
Yeah, ask him. Ask him. I mean, if they're in public property, then you can do what you like. Although we shouldn't take that to extremes. Sometimes in the early days, devotees would go to a public park and they just would strip every single flower out of the park before, like, Janmashtami or Guru Purnima or something. And when people woke up in the morning, there'd be like no flowers whatsoever. Like all the tulips were gone and the daffodils were gone and everything. Even like in the middle of the road, you know, sometimes the councils plant flowers in the middle of the road. And
they don't ask for the permission.
Stripped out all the flowers from the middle of the road. But yeah, I mean, they were unique because, I mean, they gave 100% of that to Krishna. But yeah, you got to be very careful, and sometimes it might backfire and get in trouble. Like sometimes, like for example, one thing happened wrong, I think on a Rath Yatra or something, and then that council banned the devotees doing Rath Yatra for like a decade or 2 decades or something.
Which country?
I couldn't. I think it happened. I think it happened in England, and then it happened in Australia. I think for some time.
Oh yeah, the one somebody killed that.
One Indian lady went under the wheel of the Rath cart on purpose, thinking that she'll get liberated, but she may have done. But that, you know, her getting liberated didn't really help the Rath Yatra festival because they banned it for some time like that because she went under there. Like that, so
if it's happened in India, they don't care. Indian government.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, there's Prabhupada said, first become conscious, then become Krishna conscious. So yeah, we should be have knowledge, you know, of what's right and wrong, like that. We shouldn't think we're above right and wrong. Actually, devotees should be the ones that follow the right and wrong better than anyone else. Because we know what's right and wrong. Other people don't know what's right and wrong. They think it's right to kill cows and drink beer and watch rugby.
It's like somebody normal person do the crime. If the police will do the crime, that's a hard punishment because the police knows the law. If they do the crime, the very hard punishment.
Yeah. So Gulshan, you're like the police. Why are you stealing?
Well, I'm the Indian police, the bribery one.
Indian police.
No.
Indian police are not honest.
Now, there's one other consideration too. I mean, we know that ultimately everything belongs to Krishna. So, you know, we can take it and use it for Krishna's service. But, of course, the karmis don't know that. They think it belongs to me. And so one consideration is, if I steal, what will the public, how will the public react to that? What will they think? Are they going to think good things about the devotees? Probably not. If they find out that Gulshan's stealing all the flowers from Mayfield, then they're not going to like the Hare Krishnas, probably. You know, so we should consider that.
Or maybe one day I'll steal the flour and give it some halwa as a prasadam, and they eat the prasadam, they liberate it. Now they might be joined the Hare Krishna.
You know, because this is a preaching movement, so we want people to, you know, have a good impression of what we do, who we are, and what we're doing. And then they'll make more advancement if they think favourably of Hare Krishnas. If they don't like Hare Krishnas because they think that they're all, you know, crooks and cheats and everything.
That's their problem.
No, it's not their problem. It's our problem.
That's not my problem. That's their bad luck.
Oh dear.
Like it was a news article about one farm was being sold in New Zealand. Devotees bought it a couple of years ago, and now they're selling it. And the article was actually very critical that the Hare Krishnas get it together to look after their farm, so they had to sell it. But actually the public's comments was amazing. So many comments for that article, and they were so favorable to the devotees. People were saying things like, "Oh, I love those Hare Krishnas. They fed me when I was at university, and when I had no money, they fed me and everything. And oh, they're always so happy. I see them so chanting on the streets and dancing. It makes me feel so good. Oh, these Hare Krishnas are good people. I don't like religions, but I like the Hare Krishnas and everything." So there was like so. I was very, very touched at how positive the impression from the public was. The newspaper article was very critical, but actually the public were criticizing the newspaper writer. That why is he criticizing the Hare Krishnas?
Maybe the writer must be demonic.
Yeah, he was a demon. He was a demon, but all these people were so favorable. And that's a good sign, you know, that people like the Hare Krishnas, and we want them to think like that. You know, how many credits they're going to get from Krishna if they think, I like the Hare
from burning. When they're burning last week, I get one thing, small thing there, and then I was just took someone advice, and he said, "Yeah, that'll be right size," and I just walk maybe 3-4 yard, like 3-4 step. I just walk, and I heard the sound from the back. He said, "Hari Bol." I said, "Ooh." I turn around. I said, "Hari Bol." He says, "Yeah, okay." So he said, "You from Hare Krishna?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, okay. I used to eat that prasadam when they come on the street." He's seen my pani, my shikha, and then he said, "Hari Bol." So I'm just surprised that. It's good.
That's encouraging. That's lovely.
Yeah.
To see that.
Just touch somebody on the street you don't know and say, "Hari Bol." They just eyes are light up. Oh, Hare Krishna. It's good.
Yes. Well, lovely to get together with you again. I got people have come for prasadam talking about feeding people.
That's okay. That's okay.
But yeah, nice to see you again, and all the best.